I guess we can assume that you finally made it as a luxury brand when you stop focusing on your luxury sedans and start making sports coupes. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics, and today we're going to take a look at the 2015 Lexus RC 350 F-Sport. Though the clouds may have appeared daunting throughout the day, they did not stop us from our task at hand, to see if Lexus was able to make an accessible yet legitimate sport coupe for the masses, the way that they did with the luxury sedan many years ago. Yes, there was the LFA supercar that hit the market as a 2011 model, but with only 20 cars produced each month for a total run of 500 cars worldwide, with only 150 coming to North America, not to mention an eye-watering price tag of $370,000, that car was hardly accessible. While it proved what Lexus was capable of, that experiment was no different than building and racing your own Formula One car. Which brings us to our tester today. It is an ultra-white 2015 RC 350 F-Sport Coupe. The garden variety RC includes dual chrome exhaust, Lexus Inform app suite, drive mode select, multi-information display, and ISOFIX mounting points for your smaller passengers. We won't go any deeper with the standard features though, because our car has over $10,000 worth of options. Those include the F-Sport package that changes the front bumper and grille, wheels, instrument cluster, seats, steering wheel, shift knob, headliner, and pedals. You also get adaptive variable suspension and Sport Plus mode. Next is the navigation package that includes, well, navigation and backup camera, the Mark Levinson premium audio with 17 speakers, 835 watts and 5.1 surround sound, and remote touchpad. There's also blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, fog lamps, intuitive parking assist, dynamic radar cruise control, variable gear ratio steering, and the accessory package that gives you mats, nets, and wheel locks. Total M.S.R.P is $53,880. Now, if there's one thing that, in my opinion, Lexus has been doing pretty well, it's with the exterior design of its cars. And from the frameless windows to the flared wheel arches, this RC looks pretty good. In front, the RC has the cool daytime running lights that I love, LED headlights and LED fog lights. And that F-Sport grille has got to be one of the most aggressive examples of the spindle grille that Lexus has tried yet. Now, the F-Sport package is all about adding a little extra performance to the standard RC. And that's why in this car, you'll find 19-inch rims that are in a staggered setup. Basically, you get 235/40 series specs up front, and even larger 265/35 series Dunlop SP Sportmax tires in the rear. In back, the L-shaped LED tail lamps are a nice touch, and the faux plastic air dams that flank the dual exhaust tips, they don't look too bad either, from a distance. Opening the trunk gives access to 10.4 cubic feet of cargo space, and if you fold the 60/40 split folding seats down, you get even more. Powering the RC 350 is the tried and true 3.5-liter V6 with dual overhead cam, direct and port injection, and variable valve timing. This power plant makes 306 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. Gear selections are handled by an 8-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. 0 to 60 arrives in reported 5.6 seconds with an electronically limited top speed of 143 miles per hour. Fuel economy is rated at 19 miles per gallon city, 28 miles per gallon highway, with a combined rating of 22 miles per gallon. Our spirited driving lowered AutoAcademics average to 17.4 miles per gallon during testing on premium fuel. Now, usually this is the time when I climb into the back seat to show you the leg and headroom. But I'm not going to do that, because that's not what this car is about. But what I am going to show you is some of the cool parlor tricks that the RC F-Sport has up its sleeves. First, the seats are very supportive, comfortable, and quite frankly, look really cool. The remote touchpad replaces the previously used mouse to access multimedia, climate, and nav details. Just like on a laptop, you glide your finger across the pad using pinch, swipe, and flick gestures. It confirms inputs with a pulse-like haptic feedback that does take some time to get used to. Finally, the dash instrumentation is inspired by Lexus's LFA supercar. Only available on the F-Sport model, the metallic trim bezel houses the all-digital tach and speedometer, and slides to reveal various information such as radio, cruise control, and yes, even fuel economy. So now that we've addressed all of that, it's time to start her up and see how she drives. So now that we're here inside of this RC 350 F-Sport, you'll notice that the driving characteristics are not as edgy as the car looks. The ride is actually very smooth, and so is the power delivery. As mentioned earlier, this car has a 3.5-liter V6 engine that makes 306 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. And that's good power. It's not aggressive, it's not overbearing, but it's still enough to have some fun with the car. The 8-speed automatic transmission is actually pretty smooth, and when you put it into Sport Plus mode and use the paddle shifters to do some of your shifting, it's actually a little more refined than what I remember some of the other Lexuses being like. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it makes for a nice, enjoyable drive. However, again, doesn't quite match up with the edgy looks. One thing that I have noticed is that Lexus seems to have pumped in a little extra engine noise when you get on the gas because the car is so quiet inside. And well, I'm not mad at it. The traction and stability control on this car can be a little overbearing at times. When you're accelerating quickly out of a corner, sometimes it does cut back some engine power, thinking that you might have gone a little too far. However, you can turn that off, and if you push the right button sequence, seems like you can turn pretty much all of it off. Nowadays, it can be a very rare moment when I say that a car actually comes across as a value based on its M.S.R.P. And well, this RC actually is one of those cars though, with a base price that starts under $40,000, and then with this 350 F-Sport model being just under $54,000, it's not too bad. So there you have it, guys, the 2015 Lexus RC 350 F-Sport. It's got most of the allure of Lexus's supercar, the LFA, with only a fraction of the price tag. I'm Chris from AutoAcademics. Thanks for watching.